This video will explain how to create quizzes in your Government 2305 class. First of all, I've imported content from the Norton 2305 community group into this sandbox course. So you can see that in content, each chapter has the objectives, the outline, flashcard, simulation, and PowerPoint. With any of these, you can either pull this down and delete the topic, or you can click bulk edit and just make something draft, which means it's invisible to the students. So you have complete control over what the students see in each chapter. It has the objectives, outline, flashcards, simulation, and PowerPoint. Now keep in mind that the PowerPoints are also located at the bottom under For Instructors. Here are the chapter PowerPoints right here. Also, there's chapter images, one for each chapter, and they're PowerPoints. So if I click on them, you see that you can scroll down and see images that you can post in class or in your D2L. Okay, so I'll go back to the home page of the course. And so there's lots of information down here. It's all in draft for instructors. And then, of course, under course materials, there's the separate chapters. Now, I've hidden everything in draft except for chapter 1, just so that you can have time to edit it before you reveal it to the students. If I pull down assessments to quizzes, if you remember, there were a lot of quizzes down here. They were everything from simulation quiz, video quiz, pre and post, and so forth. Now those are all located in the question library. So if I click on question 1, chapter 1, I see all the quizzes. There are generally 6 quizzes for every single chapter. The same with chapter 2 and so forth. So let's say, for instance, that I want to create a quiz for chapter 1. I would pull down Assessments to Quizzes, click New Quiz, and then I could title it Chapter 1 Quiz. Okay, the quiz is empty so far. I would click Add and Edit Questions, and then Import. Now I want to import from the question library, because remember, that's where all the quizzes live right now. And then I would choose, do I want to go ahead and take some questions from the pre-test and some questions from the post-test? So I could click pre-test, and then I would select the questions that I want, and then click Save. Then I would import from the question library, from the post-test, and I might go ahead and check a few from there. Now I have 6 questions. You can also, I will say this, if some of you like to give unit tests or combined tests, you could say example, exam 1, and it might cover chapters 1, 2, and 3. Right now we have 6 questions just from chapter 1, so we click Add Edit Questions, and then Import. And now I want to go to the question library and import from chapter 2 pretest and choose a few from chapter 2. And then import again, and I'll choose from the post-test this time. Okay, now I have chapters 1 and 2 questions, and I just have 6 more, or whatever you'd like, to cover chapter 3. Then when I'm finished, I would click Done Editing Questions. Now I have some decisions to make, like, do I want 5 questions per chapter, or per page, I'm sorry, and then also, do I want to shuffle the order of the questions at the quiz level? Then I would go on to Restrictions and click Active, and also click when it's available and when it has ended. You do need to check the time limit if you have a time limit. And then if there's any students that need special accommodations, that would be the special access. Then up here under assessment, I would click that and click allow attempt to be graded immediately, connect it to the gradebook item that I already had created, and click export to grades. So these three things must be checked or completed in order for it to automatically post to the gradebook. So that's basically it. Now I've created exam 1. I would come to the content area and say, for instance, I offered exam 1 after chapter 3. I could go ahead and create a module called exam 1. It drops it at the bottom, and then I would drag it up to course materials and then drag it under chapter 3. Now remember, if you drag it so that it's orange, it's inserted inside the module of chapter 3. So I might put it in between 3 and 4. And I've already created the quiz, so I pull down add existing activities, quizzes, and exam 1, chapters 1, 2, and 3. It automatically inserts as draft, so I can publish it right there. And then here again, I can click bulk edit, and I can put things like available 9:15 to 9:18, time to complete 30 minutes, or whatever you'd like, and then update. So what happens is I've created the quiz in the quiz area, and then I just put a link to that quiz in the content area so that students don't have to pull down assessments. The beauty of this is that in the grade area, you won't have all of those quizzes attached to quizzes, and that really messes up your grade book. So I think this will be very helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.